Israel's Minister of Communications begins the procedure to shut down the Israeli newspaper Haaretz for being anti-patriotic. Haaretz carried the story about Israeli helicopters shooting civilians on October 7th in Gaza. And now they're trying to take out Haaretz. And I saw some really funny fucking tweets about this where, what's that guy who's like former Trumper turned veteran turned lover of the Democratic Party? Oh, here it is. Israel's communication minister has accused Haaretz of subverting Israel in wartime, undermining the spirit of Israeli soldiers and residents, and serving as a mouthpiece for incitement of Israel's enemies. Propaganda in the service of the enemy and presenting the narrative of our enemies while presenting lies using anti-Zionist and anti-Israeli terminology and justifying the enemy. To which this guy said, Haaretz is left-leaning biased media outlet. But this was the cake for me. So they are treasonous or just presenting a legitimate Israeli perspective that should be respected even if it's a minority perspective? Israel holds itself out as a democratic nation aligned with U.S. values, does it not? He said they're like the Fox News for Israel, if that helps. Now, obviously, this is kind of funny. If, I guess by David Weissman's own admission, America was like a liberal democracy that genuinely cared about freedom, then Fox News is anti-freedom, anti-liberal democracy, and fascist, right? So yeah, from his own framework, this is correct. They would be like the Fox News of Israel in the sense that they are carrying out truthful journalism in a fucking fascist nation that is incredibly far right and incredibly racist. So on that ideological spectrum, if you did believe genuinely, as I assume David Weissman does, because he is an Army vet, proud Jew, former Trump supporter, former Republican political opinion writer and wrestling fan, if America is this like democratic safe haven in the way that like he probably believes it is, then yeah, the ideological opposition to that would be a fascist op-ed place. Oh, here is Barack Ravid who wrote on this as well. He said, a sure recipe for the dissolution of the emergency government in the middle of war, he said. And then, wait, did he delete it? I saw him write in Hebrew about how upset he is that the fucking Israeli communication minister saying that was losing Jake Tapper, who is like a very important ally in the Western media. Oh, I think he did delete it. Fuck. Anyway, I saw his tweet earlier this morning where he was like, he either retweeted someone or he himself personally tweeted, we're losing Jake Tapper with this decision, with the Israel's communication minister Shlomo Karhi saying, Haaretz needs to be disbanded. He literally was like, we're losing fucking Jake Tapper, who is a very important ally. Shlomo Karhi managed to annoy one of the top journalists in the U.S. who, since the beginning of the war, had led coverage of the atrocities committed by Hamas on October 7th and exposed them to the eyes of the whole world. What a takeaway, dude. It's funny, sure, Haaretz has Gideon Levy and a left-of-center editorial board, but it also has Anshel Pfeffer, no left-winger, and was the journalistic starting point for Fauda, and every young dove I've ever known who worked there has quit. And further funny, because, of course, gripping about the biting the Jake Tapper that feeds is inherently funny. Also, I can't stomach the post 10-7, patriotic fervor, but these among the people who need to read it if you want to be informed about what's going on within Israel. What is this? Does this guy block me too and I can't see it? I used to genuinely think Anshel was a good voice to listen to and last year, and of course since 10-7 has quickly remedied me of that.